family. You said it's family. Am I visible? Let me know in the comment section if I'm visible, kama mnaniona vizuri or not. So it's family. Family. Remember we said family. Family. Or family. 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 Yeah. Okay. Uh, Family and related words. So it's family and, or we also said we use and 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 related. The sign for relate. Say this is the sign for relate, relative, relate, relative. Yeah. So it's relate. Letter R. Relate. Relate. This is a sign for words. Words. The sign for words. Words or word. Word. Words. So it's family and related words. Words. Yeah. Words. We have the sign for father. How did we sign father? Tusema father ako na mandevu mingi, so it's father. Mandevu zote, onyeshana hizo mandevu zote, all the beards, father. 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 That's the sign for father. Father. We have the sign for boy. How did we sign boy? See, the boy has small beards, so it's boy. 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 That's the sign for boy. Boy. Look at this. Boy. Boy. Also using this one, you can sign as boy. Yeah. Both shows there are small amount of beards. Yeah. We also have the sign for mother. We said mother has a lot of stress. So it's mother. 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 It's not entirely meaning that mothers have stress. It's just a sign they were given. Mother. 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 Okay. You have the sign for parents. Remember you have two signs for parents. And the first sign is parent. The big finger is touching the chin and the forehead. So it's parent. 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 Parents. Parent. Parents. Okay. You also have the other sign for parents. It's the simplest. You sign mother and then you sign father. So it's mother, father. Parents. 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 Yeah. Parents. Yeah, still gets to uncle. We still gets to uncle. We still gets to uncle. We have the sign for brother. Sign for brother, you have to sign. You have to, first of all to sign boy, then sign same. Yeah, I think the same represent you are in the same blood group or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah. So it's boy, then same. Brother. 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 Boy, same. Same. Brother. 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 PMs will still get to uncle. Okay. We have the sign for sister. Sign for sister, you have first of all sign the sign for girl. Girl, letter A handship, girl, 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 A handship on the breast, girl, girl. So the sign for sister, it's girl and then same. So sister. sister, and the sign for sister. Girl, same, sister, sister. We have the sign for girl. I've just shown you a handshake on the breast. This side is lying on the breast. So girl, girl. That's the sign for girl. Girl. The sign for boy. Remember I said he has small beard, so it's boy. Yeah, boy, boy, boy. Okay. We have the sign for baby. Have the sign for baby. Remember the baby is carried like this one, like this. But in this case, we will just use the palm. One palm lying on the other, so it's boy. Baby. Sign for baby. Baby. Yeah. Baby. 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 That's a sign for baby. Baby. We have the sign for twin. The sign for twin. So it's the sign for, first of all, let me teach you the sign for birth or born. Open palm, place them like this. Birth, born, birth, born, birth, and born, birth, born. That's the sign for birth or born. We also have the sign for, yeah, now that's born. In the same context, we use it, you'll use it to show twin. Not twin, you assume one hand represent one baby and the other one represent one baby. So twin, 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 twin. That's the sign for twin. Okay. We also have the sign for aunt and the sign for uncle. The sign for aunt, remember you have two signs for aunt and two signs for uncle. The first one is with a hand shape on the cheek, on the cheek. So aunt, aunt, aunt has the sign for aunt, a hand shape on the cheek, aunt, aunt. The other sign is the sign for mother and then like this. So aunt, mother, then aunt, aunt, mother, huko nyuma. So it's aunt, mother, and then do it like this. Yeah, aunt, aunt. Okay, we have the sign for uncle. There are also two signs for uncle. So we're using U handshake, uncle on the cheek. So it's uncle, 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 uncle. The other sign for uncle is father, and then yeah, uncle, uncle, father, huko nyuma. So uncle, uncle, uncle. It's like showing it's another your other dad. So it's father. So that's the sign for uncle, uncle. You have the sign for nephew and the sign for niece. First of all, the sign for nephew. Remember we said most of the male signs will come on the beards, this side of the head, the chin and the cheeks. So the sign for aunt, the sign for nephew, be letter N, places like this for visibility. Nephew, nephew, nephew. That's the sign for nephew, 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 nephew. That's the sign for nephew. We also have the sign for niece. Now, for this sign, letter N on the breast. So niece, niece. knees. I don't know if I'm visible. Knees, letter N on the breast. Knees, knees. That's the sign for knees. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. We have the sign for grandparents. I had not shown this in this class. So sign for grandparents, parent, then old. This is sign for old, old, old. So it's parents, old, parents, old. So grandparents, 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 grandparents. We have the sign for grandmother and the sign for grandmother. The sign for grandmother and the sign for grandfather. So sign for grandmother, it's mother and then old, mother, old. So grandmother, grandmother, grandmother. So the sign for grandfather, it's father, then old, grandfather, 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 grandfather. Okay, have the sign for husband. Now, in this case, to sign husband, you must know the sign for man and you must know the sign for marry. First of all, we sign for marry using the index fingers. The index fingers, you cross them like this. Marriage, marry, marriage, the same. Marry, marriage. Okay, someone is saying I repeat the sign for grandparents. So the sign for grandparents is parents, parents, and then first of all you sign the sign for parents, and then old, old. So parents. Remember when you sign parents, it's the big finger touching the chin, then touching the forehead, and then the sign for old. Grandparents, 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 grandparents. Hope you are okay up to that point. Parents, then old. Grandparents. So you first of all sign the sign for parents and then the sign for old. Okay. Kindly like the live and share to other maybe students. Yeah. So we have the sign for husband. Hope you're okay with that. If you're okay, the comment section. If you're okay with the sign for grandparents, the comment section please. Okay. We have the sign for husband. If you're okay in the comment section, if the sign is clear or not, grandparents. Okay. If you're okay, we can continue. We have the sign for husband. You are in the sign for husband. So the sign for husband, it's first of all sign. You must know the sign for marry. That's one thing. You must know the sign for marry. You must know the sign for husband. The sign for man. Remember, we said there are two signs for man. So the first one, it's father, and then it's tall. Father, tall. That's the sign for man. Man, 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 man. So the other sign for man is just man. The way you sign father. still the sign for man. Since the husband or since the father, the husband is a man, so husband, father, still the sign for man. We've got the sign for now the sign for husband, so it's man and then an hour. So we'll use this man in an hour. Use the sign for man as the same the sign for father, and then get married. So man, man, and then marry. So it's husband, 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 man, and okay. Hope you are good with that. You have the sign for wife. How do we sign wife? Now in this case, wife will sign it the sign for girl, and then you send the sign for marry. So it's girl, then the girl get married. So it's girl. Remember the sign for girl, yeah, shape on the breast. So wife, wife, girl gets married, wife, wife, wife. Hope you're okay with that. You have the sign for cousin. The sign for cousin, see handship on the cheek. Cousin, as the sign for cousin, cousin, cousin. So it has to be see handship, cousin, cousin, cousin. The sign for cousin, cousin, cousin. We have the sign for lady, sign for lady, L handship, letter L, letter L, letter L on the breast, lady. And it has to be on the right hand side. It must be on the right hand side. So, lady, lady, lady. That's the sign for lady, lady. L handship on the breast, lady, lady. Okay. When you shift it, it will be a different sign. For example, when you bring it to the left side, and then you put it like this. I'll show you in class. Show you in class. So if you put it like this on the left hand side, put it like this, it will be the sign for lucky. That will be the sign for lucky. Lucky. But on this side, stagnant, no movement, sign for lady. Okay, up to there. Any question? Up to there? Any question? Any question up to there? Use the comment section and let me know if you have any question up to there. Any question in the comment section? One person is saying no. So I hope there's no question. We have to continue. If there's no question, if there's any question as we continue the live, hope up your question. Okay, comment your question. Higher, we have the sign for friend. The sign for friend. We have the sign for friend. Now, in this case, sign for friend. Open palm. Open your palms. Open palms. Then let them rest on the shoulders like this. Not entirely here, but here. So, friend, friend, friend. That's the sign for friend, friend. Now, if you put it in this form, fist form, see, like this one, and then you put it like this, that's the sign for love. It's the sign for love. Sign for love. Yeah, that's the sign for love. It will be the sign for love. Okay, love. Open palm like this, friend, friend. Okay, we have the sign for neighbor. Sign for neighbor. Mm-hmm. So you can't see my hands. Someone is saying she can't see my hands. So the hands lies on the shoulder, not entirely the shoulder, but on this side. See, like this. So like this, the sign for friend. Let's be like this. Sign for friend. Put it in this way, the fist form. Put it like this to make the sign for love. Yeah, that's the sign for love. Like this, sign for friend. This sign for friend. The sign for friend. The sign for friend. The sign for love. Okay, tuko sawa? Okay, we have the sign for daughter. Sign for daughter. D hand shape. D hand shape. Letter D. Letter D. Letter D on the breast. Daughter. Daughter. Or the sign for daughter. Mhm. This part lies on the breast. Daughter. Daughter. Okay. Yeah. So we have the sign for sun. Remember, you have two signs for sun. Uh-huh. Your hand must be like this. It's like claw hand shape. Claw hand shape. Your shape of the hand should be claw, and then pass it through the chin like this. Then going downwards. Through the chin, going downwards. Through the chin, going downwards. That's the sign for and the sign for sun. The sign for sun. So sun, 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 sun. The sign for sun, sun. The other sign for sun, it's boy, and then open palm, sun. The sign for boy, and then with the hand going downwards. Sun, sun, sun. Okay. Have you okay? Higher. We have the sign for relative, relate. I showed that sign while you were starting, while you were saying the topic. So using letter R, relative, 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 relative. That's the sign for relative. I have the sign for marry. I showed you the sign for marry using the index finger. The index, not the index finger, the small fingers. The small fingers, both of them. Then you join them like that. That's the sign for marry. Marry. That's the sign for marry. Marry. So it's marry. Marry. We've got the sign for divorce or separate. The sign for divorce or separate. Remember, people in this case or in this context, the people who are divorcing, the people who have already gotten married, they have gone to church, they have the ring. So the right hand side removes the ring from the left hand side. Now this one is the finger which you put the ring, so you remove the ring. Then throw it. Divorce. Divorce. That's the sign for divorce. Remove the ring, then throw it. Divorce. That's the sign for divorce. 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 We've got the sign for child. Rather, before we go to child, we have the sign for beloved or sweetheart. The sign for beloved or sweetheart. So it will be like this. Just demonstrating like this. Then put it on the heart side. Beloved, 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 sweetheart, sweetheart, beloved. Hope I'm clear. Beloved sweetheart, beloved sweetheart. On the side where there is heart, yeah, so it's on the left hand side. Beloved sweetheart. Okay, we have the sign for couple. We have the sign for couple. Sign for couple. Since the couple are two, we are going to use number two. Number two. So couple. If they are not there, couple. We are using this space between the shoulder and the head. Yeah, we are using this space. Couple, 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 couple. If it's you and your spouse, maybe the spouse it's just near you, use the letter two. Show it like this. Couple, couple. Instead of doing this, just do it this. Showing it's you. This one representing you, and this one representing the. So this one will represent you, and this one will represent the other spouse. So couple, couple, couple. Okay, we have the other sign for couple. Maybe you have just wedded, they're in front of you, and you're explaining to a deaf person or to a hearing impaired person, they're in front of you. Just show them like this. Couple, 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 yeah, couple, 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 couple. Okay, you've got the sign for young, the sign for young, and the sign for youth. Sign for youth and the sign for young. So young, letter Y, letter Y, letter Y, put it like this, facing you, move it downwards. Young, 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 the sign for young, young. And now we have the sign for youth. You have to be like this. Your shape of the hand will be like this. Yeah, and now it's young. Don't know if I'm visible. Let me just stand. So to be young, to be the sign for young. On the stomach, it's on the stomach. Young. Just that my camera can't allow me to show. Look, it's yeah, young, young. Was that sign clear? Let me know in the comment section if the sign was clear. Sign for young. The sign for young and the sign for youth. This one will do like this. Do it on the stomach. Let me tell you, in the what in the deaf culture, someone who is young is also a youth. You can't be young and you're not a youth. Okay. Now maybe you want to say this, maybe that person is a youth, you can say that person is young, you know. Yeah, it's young. It's also the sign for young, but now in this case, in the running or in the class context, use this as the sign for youth. It's the sign for youth. Yes, it's the sign for youth, but still the sign for young. Okay, but this one you can also use it, the sign for youth, the sign for young. Okay, but when it comes to exam, this one will write it, just write it as young. This one will write it as youth. So if you see young, you see the teacher doing like this, it's the sign for young. See the teacher doing like this, it's the sign for youth. Okay, hope I'm clear on that. But now when you talk to the deaf, this is just an additional knowledge. If you're talking to a deaf person, he may tend to use this as the sign for young, he may tend to use this as a sign for youth. So it's for you to understand the context and the concept of a sentence or what is maybe the deaf person is talking about. Okay, yeah, we have the sign for old. We have the signs for old, one representing The general knowledge of old, maybe the computer is old, the chair is old, the table is old. Use this one. Old, old, old. And now we have old representing age. Yeah, we have old representing age. Your hand should be like this. The similar like the G hand shape should be like this. Age, 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 old, age, old. Like when you are seeing a person, how old are you? So in this, use this old to represent age. Or you age how many? You know, yeah. The sign for how many? Like you are counting. The sign for how many? All. Yeah. We have the sign for child and the sign for wedding. Have the sign for child. So remember how we kept the hand shape of the youth still have to be the same, but now it's one hand. So child, child. It will be the sign for child, 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 child. Now, when we send children, both hands should be placed like this, both hands, and then from the center you move outwards like this. Children, 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 children. Yeah, children, children. We've got the sign for wedding. Remember letter F, letter F. Yeah, the letter F, letter F. Good hands, letter F, and then move it from the head downwards. Wedding, 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 wedding. That's the sign for wedding, wedding, wedding. That's the sign for wedding. We have the sign for Muslim, Muslim. Still be the sign for Muslim. Open palm, touching the head, and then moving to the shoulder. Muslim, Muslim. Yeah, it will be the sign for Muslim, Muslim. We have the sign for man. Remember I told you the sign for man. Send it as man. See the same sign for father, man, or man is represents the sign for tall. Sign for tall you can just send tall or letter T. Tall. We still get to that. Okay, we come across that topic. So man, 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 man. Okay, we've got the sign for woman. Sign for woman, woman, woman. Remember we said this is the sign for woman, the sign for girl, the sign for lady. Okay, all most of the female signs will come on the breast area of a lady. So it's girl, woman, woman, the sign for lady. So the sign for woman, woman, woman. Let's progress. We have the sign for new. We have three signs, three signs for new. Now we have the first one using the index finger, and then move it towards inside. Index finger, move it towards inside. New, new, new. That's the sign for new, 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 new. We also have the sign for the other sign for new. The index finger going downwards. New, 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 new. Okay, we have the sign for the other sign for new. Remember this hand shape, yeah. Then the right hand side, the right hand should be this hand shape, and the other hand should be flat or just open palm. Then you scoop new. It's the sign for new, 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 new. Just once. Do it once, new. Do this new once. If you do it twice, it will change the concept or the context. So it will be the sign for news. If you do it twice, it's news. If you do once, new. Okay, yeah, we've got the sign for the sign for male and the sign for female. This sign for male and the sign for female. Using letter F, this is the sign for female. Using letter F, place it on the breast. So female, female, just bring it female. Don't do just female. Bas, it's done. Female, and you are done. F, female, female. We've got the sign for male using M hand shape. M hand shape should be visible. Open it a bit so it should be visible. Male on the cheek or on this part. Male, male. You can see clearly. Male, 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 male. Okay, have the sign for gentleman and the sign for gender. We have the sign for gentleman, the sign for gender. Using letter G, gentleman, gentleman, sign for gentleman, gentleman, and then moving from here to here, sign for gender, 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 gender. Is the sign for gender, gender. We've got the sign for moving forwards, moving onwards. We have the sign for guest, and we have the sign for pastor. The sign for guest is the sign for pastor. Guest, pastor, 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 guest, pastor, guest. G handshake. The handshake should be G. G handshake. Guest, pastor, guest, pastor. The same sign. Okay. We've got the sign for step mom, step brother, and step father. Now in this case, it will be so first of all you must sign the sign for step. First step, open palm, put it like this. Step, move one forward. So step, 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 step. Then from here we sign step mom, step father, step son, step daughter. You know, yeah, that will be the sign for step. So step daughter, step mother, step father, step son, step daughter. Okay, we have mother-in-law. When in sign language, there are two signs for law. Two signs for law. This one, which represent the constitution. This law, this is law. Letter L, open palm, lies on it. They represent the constitution. Okay, so this law represent the constitution. Then we have letter L, law. It must be now this part will look on the back side, so it's law. This law will represent now the family context. So it will be mother, Then sign for in, the sign for in, 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 and then low. Mother in, low. Father in, low. Daughter in, low. Son in, low. Are you okay? We have the sign for orphan. The sign for orphan. There are two signs for orphan. Then with letter O on the chin and then on the forehead. Letter O on the chin, letter O, letter O. This side is the one touching the chin. Orphan, 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 orphan. We also have the other sign for orphan. Letter O on the chin, moving towards the forehead, changes to R. Orphan. R handshake. So letter O on the chin, moving towards the forehead, changes to R. So orphan, orphan, orphan. Okay. We have the sign for mhm, siblings. Get the sign for siblings. Now in this case, the sign for siblings, when we said sign for brother, sister, remember sister it's girl same, brother it's boy same. So in this case, we just show the same, but moving forward. So it will be siblings, 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 siblings. Remember this, when I face this side, I'm just demonstrating for you to see well. So siblings, siblings. Okay. Just a minute. We have the sign for date. Remember there are two signs for date. There are two signs for date. The one is for maybe when you go date with your spouse. And the other one is the date for maybe the date of today, or the date you'll have a meeting, or the date you are born. So letter D, this is my right hand side, this is my left hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, date. That's the sign for date. That's the date for when you were born, date of today. Yeah, date, date. Now, before I show the other sign for date, which means the date for with your spouse. Higher. Sign for date, it will be, first of all, I show the sign for kissing. There's a sign for meet, kiss, and then that date for spouse. They are in the same location, all almost the same. The hand shape is the one that changes. Okay, so this is meet. So in this case, we are seeing the sign for this is one person, one spouse, and then the next one they meet. So meet. It's also the meet for meeting, like a general meeting. We have a meeting with my fellow members, family work meet. So it's meet, meet. Okay. We have the sign for now kissing. Those who has meet those people who have met. Now maybe we assume this is the mouth of the one spouse. The other one they kiss. So kissing, kissing. Now we have the sign for date. Letter D, meet. So it's like meet with letter D. Meet, 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 meet. So it will be meet, meet. Okay. We have the sign for widow and the sign for widower. The sign for widow and the sign for widower. The sign for widow and the sign for widower. When you move into that context, first of all, you must know how to sign the sign for man, the sign for woman. That's one thing. Must know how to sign man, must know how to sign woman. Haya, haya. So we must know the sign for man, and we must know the sign for woman. Haya, a widow is a woman whose husband is dead. That's exactly how you sign. So you sign husband dead. This sign for dead. Open palm, hitting the lower side of the chin. Dead, dead. See the sign for dead. See the sign for dead. Dead, dead. So woman, husband, dead. So widow, widow, widow. That's how we sign widow. And now when we sign to the how we come to the sign for widower, still the same context. So in this case, it's a man whose wife is dead. So it's a man, wife is dead. So that's the sign for widower. Man, wife, dead. That's the sign for widower. It's the sign for widower. Sign for widower. We have a sign for. I think I'm done. The person who's the people who are alive. So are just one person. Now we see you have increased. Okay, which other topic do you want us to revise? That's the end of the topic. Yeah, family and related words. So the other topic you want us to revise on, which one? Comment section. Comment section, please. Maybe another topic you want us to revise, because I know right now your exam is around the corner. I won't be lying when I say that. So any other any other topic want us to repeat or to revise right now, giving a duration of at most 2 minutes. Can I get my answer, please? Any other topic you want us to revise on? Any other topic? So that means you are good with the other topics. So it's 9. So you seeing some people here saying nuclear family. Did I say? I think I didn't say such nuclear family. I won't repeat. I won't repeat the whole topic. The person who is telling me to repeat the sign for words. I think I've already signed the words. I've done a video on that one. So it's your turn to do the practice. The time to do the practice, practice and practice. I've done the videos. They are in my channel. Go and check them out. Check my videos. Check them. See how myself interpret my sign. Okay. I was about to end the live, but now Merudi. Okay, I have to continue. I had said I finished because there was no one was in the live. Gometoka nyinyi wote. So I had to do that. So as we continue, the sign for generation. How do you send generation? Letter G, moving towards backwards. Okay, we repeat the topic pronoun. Let me first of all finish the topic on family. There are some few words which I had not done. Letter G, moving the backwards. Generation. Generation. Letter G, the movement is backwards. Movement is backwards, not forward, the backwards. So generation. Generation. Letter G, moving backwards. Generation. The sign for generation. We have the sign for society, or still the sign for social, using S handshake. S handshake. Naona venye mayouth wanafanyanga ngumi boxing, but now hatuko hapo. So we move it like this. Social. Social, society, and social, society. So social, society, social, society. We okay on that sign, social and society. Higher, we have the sign for community. The sign for community, si handshake, si handshake, zishikane hivi, si handshake lakini zishikane hivi, plate around. Still like the sign for social, but now we see handshake. Community, 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 community. Higher, that's the sign for community. Community. We have the sign for ancestors. Actually, the handshake moving backwards. Moving backwards. So the handshake moving backwards. Ancestors. Ancestors. The movement is backwards. Backwards. Like this. Move backwards. Ancestors. 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 We have the sign for descendants, still like the sign for ancestors, but now with the hand shape. The hand shape. So the movement will be like this. Okay, I was checking the comment. So the hand shape, it will be moving like this backwards. That's the sign for descendants. 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 Okay. Yeah, we have the sign for the sign for clan. How do we send clan? See handshake. It won't move like this. It will move forward like this. Not like this, but it will be like this. So the sign for clan. Hapa ishikane hivi and then clan. Clan. Sign for clan. 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 That's the sign for clan. We have the sign for kin, like the next of kin, the person who will inherit your properties. So kin. Your palm should be like this, like this. So like this. This is just demonstrating how the palm will be like, but now it will stay like this. So you're giving one person at a time. Give the first person, the next person. Kin, 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 kin. Oh, sorry for that. Sorry for that. Sorry for that. So it will be kin, 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 kin. Okay. We have the sign for monogamous and polygamous. This is the added part of the family members. So we have the monogamous and polygamous. So in this case, you have to know the sign for marry, and then you have to know the sign for many, or just the number. They have to sign numbers. So first one is monogamy. You have to sign marry, and then one person. Marry one person. So the sign for marry one. Marry one. The sign for monogamous. It's easy. Just marry and one. Monogamous. Sign for polygamous. It's marry, then the sign for many, many. Or if you know the numbers, the number of, maybe a man has married many wives, so it's marry, and then the number of wives. If there are two, it's marry two, marry three, marry four. Still the sign for monogamous. Okay, still the sign for polygamous. Sorry, sign for polygamous. Polygamous. Marry two, marry three. If you know the number of the wives, but if you don't know it's marry, then this is the sign for men. I will demonstrate. See, we're catching like this, and then moving downwards, opening the hand. Many. Open like, close them like this. Then as you move downwards, you open. Many, many, many. So it's marry, many. Polygamous, polygamous. Okay, we have the sign for visitor. First of all, you must know to sign person, the sign for person. Open palm, person, 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 person. So this is the sign for person, person. So sign visitor. This is the sign for visit. The hand must be placed like this. It's like C hand shape, but now moving upward, where kwenye tie ina lie, where we have the tie. So moving upwards. Visit, 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 visit. We have the sign for marry, 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 higher. So the sign for visitor is visit, and then the person. Visitor, visit, person, visitor, visitor, visitor. Okay, visitor, visitor. So we have the sign for side. This sign for side. How do you sign side? It's girl. I'm a woman. It's just, since we said a woman, someone is married, but in this case we use the sign for girl. Girl wana huko nyuma, so side chick. Girl kona huko nyuma. Girl wana huko nyuma. Girl wana huko nyuma. Side chick. Side chick. Haya, any other sign on family and related words? From this now we want us to do the revision. Can see people saying I repeat the topic for greetings and also the topic for pronouns. I don't know if time will allow, but since it's lunchtime, so any any word I haven't signed or family and related words, family and related words, any sign, bado sign, any sign which I have not signed, you sign for bado, bado. You have to do it twice, not like any other, but bado it's twice, bado, bado, not yet. Higher, any sign, any sign. If there isn't, duration. The sign for duration, is it in the context of family and related words? Duration, which duration are you asking? Is it a sign or duration of revision or duration of what? Be clear, please. Hmm. Duration and adopt. The sign on adopt, I meant sure. I have the sign, but I meant sure. Tomorrow, I'll give the sign tomorrow. Okay? Yeah, I'll give the sign tomorrow. First of all, I have to clarify with a deaf friend. Okay. Duration, uh-huh. Duration, I think duration still have the same sign as length. Length, this is how we sign length. Length. Sign both sign and duration. Okay, the sign for adopt I will give tomorrow. Tomorrow and on Sunday. For those who won't be in my class tomorrow. We have the sign for length as duration or length. Length. Remember you said you have the sign for word. Word or word. Word. And now we have length. Length, duration. We have another length representing how long is the road or the river. It's long, long, but that's another topic. It's a different topic. L handshake from here up to here, so it's long, long, length. Yeah, it's how we sign. We have two signs for sign, like signing, which is signing, and this one is also signing. Signing, sign, 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 sign. For the revision part, I'll open another live. Kindly allow me to open another live. Since specifically this topic is about family, I have to open another live. Please allow me to open another live. Okay. I'll end this one and then open another one very quick, very fast, and then we do the revision. Okay.